The talks lasted into the night and ended with a ceasefire proposal far broader than anyone expected, demanded by the Americans and accepted by the Ukrainians. But agreeing a truce plan with only one side won't stop a war.
Today we made an offer that the Ukrainians have accepted, which is to enter into a ceasefire and into immediate negotiations to end this conflict in a way that's enduring and sustainable and accounts for their interests, their security, their ability to prosper as a nation. And hopefully we'll take this offer now to the Russians. And we hope that they'll say yes to peace. The ball is now in their court.
The Americans said they came to see whether Ukraine was committed to President Trump's plan for peace. His top diplomat was trying to change the tone of the last 2 weeks.
Mr. Rubio, your expectations for the meeting today?
It'll be good, he says, giving me a thumbs up. The Ukrainians gathered, badly needing an end to Mr. Trump's freeze on military support, a move the US said was meant to compel them to the table. And so they came with only the warmest of words.
And we're very open, and we want to have very constructive, deep, friend, partners conversation with our American partners.
And then a glimpse of the highest level meeting since ties between these once inseparable friends descended into acrimony. And the moment to see if a broken alliance could be fixed. Tonight, Mr. Zelensky said he welcomed the US truce plan.
The American side understands our arguments, perceives our proposals, and I want to thank President Trump for the constructive conversation between our teams.
No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you?
That's a thank you the Trump team had angrily demanded in the Oval Office, even though the Ukrainian leader has expressed thanks to the US dozens of times. But the reprieve for this relationship is critical to his country. He was in Saudi Arabia, but not at the talks, in which the US has announced it will immediately reinstate its weapons supply and intelligence sharing with Ukraine.
Ukraine, ceasefire. Ukraine, ceasefire. Just agreed to a little while ago. Now we have to go to Russia and hopefully President Putin will agree to that also, and we can get this show on the road.
The talks at this table lasted more than 8 hours. This is where they arrived at the proposal for an immediate ceasefire. But many in Europe have been deeply concerned about that, about the idea of moving to a quick truce without first negotiating the mechanism to enforce it. The talks here have grabbed the focus even as the 3-year war they seek to end intensifies. Mr. Trump's officials will take his plan next to Moscow. A president who wants an immediate ceasefire, but on whose terms? Tom Bateman, BBC News, Jeddah.